We're over here on Rio Grande. We're actually in Old Town Albuquerque. I was trying to make a video, or trying to find a video actually. I was trying to find a video on how to repair a sledgehammer handle with a fiberglass handle. I couldn't find a video that was less than half an hour long, so I'm making my own. And I hope this helps you guys. If it doesn't, or if it does, leave a comment. Alright, so some of these do-it-yourself projects are for you to save time and money. This is not one of them. If you want to save time and money, just get yourself a new sledgehammer at a home center, Home Depot. It costs anywhere from $22 to $35. Here is the old sledgehammer. As you see, my end right here broke off. So all I did was I took my drill. I drilled holes into the remaining wood, and I knocked out the rest with a hammer. First, I had to remove the sledgehammer from the handle. There's plenty of videos out there. You can saw it off. I would say this is just the best thing to do with either be a circular saw or maybe a sawzall. You have to get the inside clean, because that's where the epoxy is going. And the epoxy doesn't bind to rust. So I'm done cleaning this this sledgehammer head, and it actually took quite a while. I mean, this is going to be probably the longest part. Now we went to the cutting. I actually just cut off those rings or whatever that was on there. You could also choose to file. That was just not my preference. You can file and then actually fit. Yeah, if this is all the way back, you can fit the head around and just file around the edges until it fits. Yeah, and there's enough space on there for you to be able to do that. I didn't do that. I just cut these things out in rings and remove them with this plier. You see that it fits perfectly good. It should be flush with the end, and it is. You can see my girlfriend over there. She's actually making a video of her, not a video of her own. She's just doing something on her own. So look at that. So if you want to add a cool touch, you're doing this because you love your tools. So whenever anybody, so this is another step I added. You don't have to add this step. This also will not save time and money. But this is, if you want to do it, this is what you need. This is a grease and wax remover, perfect match. That's just a clear coat paint. There's my cup of coffee. It helps me get through the day. Here is our sledgehammer head in question, and all we're gonna do is clear coat that. I already washed it. I already cleaned out the inside. Make sure you put this in, otherwise you're gonna get a ton of paint, which might not make it easier for you to get that handle on. One important step I actually include is I go ahead and clean the end of this handle, the fiberglass part, because you don't know how many greasy hands or anything were on it, or if your own were on it. So just make sure it's clean, because this is what's adhering to the head. Okay, so we used grease and wax remover, but you can really use anything. You can use carburetor cleaner, you can use that throttle body cleaner. A lot of do-it-yourselfers, you guys will have those things. So just make sure you clean it off. I added that extra step of painting it with a clear coat because I like to keep that old look on it. But then I also made sure I scrubbed and cleaned the inside, and I made sure that the underside was not painted, and I cleaned that as well. And after you're done, you wash it, you clean it, you clean with the brush, you clean it with some kind of cleaner. I used that grease and wax remover because I had it. Now we're on to our last and final step. Make sure you go ahead and prepare your surface. Do not use the kitchen table for your epoxy. It's a quick way to end a relationship. No, because the epoxy will adhere to just about anything. We've had friends do it. They're no longer friends anymore. So check this out. Go and slice it open. Follow the instructions on the back. All you do is you slice across. You mix these two. You wait 2 minutes. You pour it into this hole. Obviously I'm going to show you right now all the steps, but you go ahead and you pour it in, and you wait 24 hours to cure. So with the epoxy, you actually get this putty as well with your purchase, and what you do with that putty is you apply it to the base of the head. The reason for that is so that the epoxy isn't leaking out. make sure you get that putty nice and tight so nothing leaks out the bottom. When you're done mixing your epoxy, you go ahead and fill in the holes here. Okay, so we're ready to mix. I went ahead and mixed the epoxy, and this is the easiest, fastest, cleanest way I knew how. The other way was obviously just mixing it on the table. Hold the bag flat. You don't want to be holding it over and accidentally squeeze stuff out. You see the corner I just cut off? I'm going to go ahead and squeeze that into that hole. Okay, so nothing's leaking out the bottom. You see that? Other side, I'm not going to flip it just because I already have it set. The top is great as well. It's flush. The only suggestion is you may want to cut your corner a little bit smaller than I cut mine so the epoxy doesn't flow out so quickly. Okay, so here we are 24 hours later. We're going to test it out. Works.